Hi, in today's sparring drill session, I'm going to show you a few drills that help you learn how to distance yourself properly in free sparring. During free sparring, it's important to keep the right distance. If you're too close, you're very vulnerable to an attack. And if you're too far, you have too much work to do to attack them. So keeping the right distance is so important. But it also depends on the speed. A person that's faster can afford to be further away and they'll be able to catch you very easily moving in quickly. A person that's slower needs to get in closer before initiating an attack, which means they're going to be more vulnerable. So speed's a very important aspect in sparring. It's always a big advantage to be quicker. But let's say you and your opponent have more or less equal speed, then the distance that you're going to be keeping is going to be suitable for both of you. You both feel that you have a good chance of catching the opponent, but feel pretty safe in the fact that you can just dodge away if they do attack. So it's pretty much a 50-50 situation. So you can practice a drill where one person's making the moves forwards and backwards, and you're the leader, and the other person's the follower. You're going to move and keep the same distance. So if I move in, he pulls away. I move in again, he pulls away to be safe. And then if I move away, he comes in to keep the pressure on me, like that. So practice this as a drill and take it in turns to be the leader. So the next stage is to learn how to distance yourself as an attacker. Let's just stick to one type of attack, front leg side kick. It's a very versatile technique. And to keep it simple, just stick to one technique. Now in sparring drills number 1 and number 7, I showed you how to use the front leg side kick in various situations where the opponent's advancing and also the opponent's retreating. So let's just remind you of the variations. If the opponent is advancing, you need to kick as they move in. And if they move in a bit quicker, you might need to lean away, which means you double step after the kick, like that. If they move in even quicker, you might need to distance yourself by stepping away first and then kicking as they move in. And if the opponent's retreating, you may need to shift to catch them. If they retreat a little bit more, you might need to step in and kick. If they move in even further back, you may need to step shift. Step shift. If they move in a lot, if they're moving back a lot, you need to double step. And if they move even further back than that, double step shift. Right. So as you can see, there's a lot of variations there. Now during sparring, the opponent's moving forward and back, the person's adjusting the position. At one point they decide to kick, but the opponent may still be moving. So by the time they decide to kick, person might move away even further or might decide to move in a bit closer. So the person kicking has to make adjustments by using one of those variations that we just shown. Okay? So you can do this as a drill. The partner that's holding the pad moves at random. Okay? The other person decides to kick, does whatever they feel necessary. So practice this as a drill. So the next stage is to learn how to distance yourself as a defender against the kick. If you're doing the kick, you want the perfect distance for the kick, which is about here. So if I'm slightly further away, you've got to adjust the position to move in, and if I move in, adjust the position to kick. But as a defender, that's not where you want to be, because they're able to kick you. You want to be either too close or too far, not at the correct distance for the kicker. Okay, so for example, if he thinks that I'm going to stand my ground, I need to pull away so he can't reach. But he may try to reach in a bit more next time. Suspecting that I'm going to retreat, he may double step in which case I close in, because if I was to move back, he probably would have caught me. He could have even done a shift after the double step, which definitely would have caught me. So you do the opposite. In fact, the more they commit to moving in, the more vulnerable they are for being closed in. So the more they try to move in, the more you should move in. And the less effort they put in to attacking you, moving in, the more you should be pulling away to keep the distance. So that's how you avoid being hit. So practice it as a drill where you try to avoid the kicker hitting the pad, because if they've kicked the pad, it means they've managed to kick you. So you've got to do a lot of checking motion, pulling away when they're not attacking a lot, and when they really commit, closing in. But make sure you close in quickly enough so they don't hit it while you're moving in. So practice that as a drill. Practice these drills often so you'll improve your distance in, whether you're attacking or defending, and your sparring will really improve. And then you can add more techniques, not just the front leg side kick, but the back kick and the front kick can be used as well. And then you can do it with turning kicks and reverse turning kicks, but you'll need the pads held differently for that. And I'll show you how to do that in another video. So that's it for today. Please join me for the next Sparring Drills video. I'll see you next time. See you then. Bye.